Hello. Um, so, oh my God, I'm trying to remember. Okay, Thursday. Today's Thursday, and a lot has happened. Um, that involves my son. So Tuesday, we already told him what happened, and then after we had the conversation with him, me and his dad, we talked. It was, a civil, great conversation. Um, the only thing that made me strong enough to be able to talk to him was because I came into acceptance. I was like, okay, this is what's happening, this is a situation, and I don't want a person who does not want to be with me, especially a person who moved on very quickly. I don't want to be tied like that with that particular person. Don't get me wrong, he's still the father of my son, of course. But I need to learn how to take myself away in a situation where someone doesn't want me. I need to value myself, and I need to learn how to do that because I never really valued my own self. So therefore, I never um, really did anything when other people did not value me, which is bad. So I need to stand up for myself in a sense. Um, Apart myself from situations where I don't belong. It's not healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally, especially. Um, so, yes. I think we spent talking like 2.5 hours. He said that, because he said, oh, okay, I don't even know where to begin. Um, yeah, I think oh yeah, he said, like, okay, I'm an open book. What do you want to ask me? What do you want to know from me? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, let's lay everything on the table. What do you want to know? Anything and everything. I will go ahead and answer you, and then you can ask me things too. I mean, I'm gonna ask you things too. I'm like, okay, well, is there anything I need to know that might affect Nico? Like, no, it's just that I have a girlfriend, and I'm aware of that. But like anything else that might affect Nico's life in any shape or form, he says, like, well, I am planning to introduce him. Um, I did tell him, like, you know what? If you want my real honest answer, and I told him I'm saying this as a motherly perspective, has nothing to do as a baby mama drama jealousy type of view or type of mentality, but it's too soon. One, we just told him Tuesday that we are separating. You want to introduce him to her because I think he said this weekend he was planning to introduce each other. I'm like, it's too soon. Like, okay, I understand, but they are gonna meet each other. I'm like, you know what? How long have you guys been dating? A month, right? If you, if you, I'm gonna put my 2 cents in, and again, only as a motherly perspective. You may not like it, but I still think it's too soon. For them to meet 1 month or even 2 months after, it's too soon. Why? Because you're still in the honeymoon stage. Of course, everything is gonna go picture perfect. You guys are gonna be all lovey dovey. And I told him, I'm not saying that after the honeymoon stage, you guys are gonna fall and, crash and just like cut it off. No. But you guys are gonna pretty much fall off from the honeymoon stage and see where that ends up. If it's still together and if you guys are still happy, then yeah, by all means, yes. But if you ask me, I wish you would not do it during your honeymoon stage, during your lovey-dovey stage, because once in your lovey-dovey stage, you want to give each other the moon, the stars, the world, everything, and that's just the way it is in the beginning. And he said, no, this girl is different. It's not like the first time. This girl, I know. I'm in it, pretty much in it to win it, because she includes Nico and she doesn't include herself. She always tell me like, oh, you should take Nico here, you should take Nico there, you should take Nico everywhere. And he said like the first girl, when we first separated years ago, he said that she will only say we should instead of including Nico. Like, I know, so that's a big old difference. I see that as a good sign. I'm like, okay, that's good. I'm happy it's starting great. I'm happy that you guys are like growing that love for each other. I'm very happy for you, and I hope it continues. But just wait. It's too soon. It's too soon. Like, if and once I have a boyfriend, trust and believe that I'm gonna wait a while for Nico to meet this guy, and it's not gonna take 1 month. It's not gonna take 2, not even 3 months. Why? And I told him, you know me, I'm very overprotective when it comes to my son. Super overprotective. Like the first time we broke up, a guy wanted to meet him. He literally was pushing himself onto like Nico. Not physically, but he was telling me like, oh yeah, we should meet, but I'm like, whoa. Like, you're offering yourself. I even stopped talking to him because I literally felt pressured that he wanted to meet Nico, and I'm like, yeah, no. I saw that as a red flag. Like, this guy's moving way too fast. Like, no. I literally stopped talking to him, and me and his dad, we were broken up already for like 3 months. So I'm like, no. I did not like the way he was making me feel when it came to trying to introduce Nico and that person. Yeah, so I told his dad, like, it's gonna be more than probably 3 months. I wouldn't doubt myself if it's 6 months or even a year for them to meet each other. And I know there's gonna be guys that they're gonna be like, you know what, Deuce, like, peace. This is way too long for me to wait and meet your son. Like, I'm out of this relationship, or I'm out of this trying whole dating you type of thing, because it's ridiculous the amount of time you want me to wait to meet your son. Which I understand, but I'm overprotective with my son. It is what it is, and there's nobody that likes it, and I don't mind staying alone. As long as I have my son, it's fine for me. Um, but yeah, he just doesn't get it. His dad, he's still, no, they're gonna meet. He's still in that aspect that they're gonna meet, they're gonna meet, they're gonna meet. And I'm like, oh my god, please wait. But I told him, you know what, I cannot force you. All I can say is that once they meet, because you're saying they are gonna meet, once they meet, I do hope and wish that you stay with that girl, you know. You stay with her. That is, because I'm gonna be very bothered, extremely bothered, if after they meet and 6 months within the line, or even a year within the line, or even 2 years within the line, it did not work out with you two. I'm gonna be very bothered because I'm telling you to wait, but you're rushing things way too fast. You're like in a race to win it when you shouldn't be like rushing it. When you rush things, the faster you rush things, the faster, like, it's just gonna demolish everything. Like, it doesn't go the way you plan. Like, I don't know. He just doesn't get it, and I hate the fact that he doesn't get it. I told him like I'm not gonna literally fight or literally try my hardest for my son not to grow up the way I grew up, with my mom having guys after guys after guys. Like, I'm not about to do that. Like, and you know how I was. So like, yeah, I know. So I really hope you don't do that to him, because I'm gonna be very bothered and upset. Because he's gonna be meeting from your end girl after girl after girl. Because technically here, this is the second girl he met. It is what it is. This is the second girl he met. From my end, he hasn't met nobody. No guys except for you. Nobody. Not even a guy friend. Because I don't have guy friends. Only have friends, girlfriends. That's all. And even then, he still hasn't met my girlfriends at all. But he did. I tried so hard for him to actually see the big picture, see where I was coming from, but no success. So I'm like, you know what? That's then. If I cannot get through to you, just hopefully that's a girl. He did say that. He did ask also. What else you want to know? And I'm like, nothing. I don't want nothing if it doesn't affect my son. And he just started saying that he started like towards the beginning, or yeah, towards not to the beginning, but towards the beginning, I felt like he was just stating indirect statements, which I did get bothered. And the first statement, the first indirect statement, I let it go. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just my mind. Maybe it's just me taking it the wrong way. And there was like another one, then another one, and finally one. And that's when I told him, you know what, Brian, stop. You with your indirect statements, it's not gonna cut it anymore. It's just not it. Me and you are in the past. It is what it was, and right now we're in this present time. So with your indirect statements, it's not gonna be welcome here anymore. You and I, we're just co-parenting, and that is that. So with your indirect statements, please save it to yourself, because it's irrelevant to this conversation that we're having. And it's like, no, but it was just like no, just stop, because it's ridiculous and it's immature, to be honest with you. And yeah, he did stop, and he just kept talking about his girlfriend, and he was just saying that he's been like, I guess she's like spiritual in a way, and he's been feeling such a lot of like spiritual things around him, and lately he's been feeling like that, like, I don't know. All I know, he says that he has felt at peace with her, and that he this is what I mean. Indirect statements like, yeah, she listens to me, she's there for me, she doesn't judge me when I cry. And I remember telling myself, like, I never judged you when I cried, and I did listen to you. Just one thing, that you were very guarded. And he just kept saying things. And I told him to stop, but he did admit later in the conversation, like, yeah, you know what, I was guarded. I kept everything to myself, and I was just angry with the world. I'm like, exactly. And I did tell him, and I still think you are, like, yes, she's helping you, but if you really want this relationship to work, you need to get help. Like, I'm already getting the help. You do need to do your end. Like, there's a reason why I'm taking this time to focus on me, to focus on my mentality, its physicality, everything, because I lost myself with you in the relationship, as you lost yourself too. However, you just jumped into a complete new relationship right off the bat, which hopefully you do get help, and professional help. Like, yeah, I know, blah blah blah. Then there's so much we talked about. He said, like, he's showing me a picture of something, and like, sorry, I just had to zoom in, and because she's part of the picture, and I'm like, I don't mind, can I see her? Like, are you sure it's not gonna, like, I'm like, Brian, I'm fine. Like, I am fine. If I wasn't fine, I would be crying already, and you know that. So I'm good. And yeah, he showed me the picture. She does look like a nice girl. Nothing like the first one, because I know the first one, she tried to convince him to take Nico away from me. And she literally made me feel like I never saw her in person or spoke to her, but the way Brian would tell me about her, she made me feel uncomfortable, and in a sense um, that I was being judged by her, and that she wanted to meet me, and I did not want to meet her, because after Brian said what kind of person she was, like, you know what, I don't want to meet her. I can tell she's already not a mean person, but a person who doesn't respect me as a mother. But yeah, she seems like a nice person, hopefully. And yeah, he did ask, oh, after you, and this the thing that I hate when he said this, like, oh, you know what, you're really calm, you're really great, you're taking this, like, easily, like. And I noticed that happened after I showed you the picture, pretty much like me accepting her. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been calm since the conversation started. I mean, ever since we started talking to Nico, I've been calm, and not because I saw her picture. No, I've been calm, not thanks to her, not thanks to you, but thanks to me realizing that our time is done, and that you don't want me, even though that I still love him. Like, you don't want me, but I'm not gonna be with the person that doesn't want me, even though I still love you. I didn't tell him that, of course, but that's what it is. But he was trying to make it like, oh yeah, you saw her and you're like at peace because you were like that the first time. And I'm like, well, I don't really have a choice. The first one, what was the first time you did it? This second time, again, I don't want nobody else that doesn't want me. That's all. That's all. And because since I came into acceptance literally like a couple of days before this, that's what it is. So don't think that thanks to her I'm like this. No, I don't even know her. So that's the thing that bothered me. She tried to give her credit, or like the picture credit, or their relationship credit, when it has nothing to do with them at all. So it really bugged me that. Um, Other than that, he did. I'm gonna cut this video because it's a long video, but do another one.